Okay, so what I'm going to do briefly is introduce you to the question feature that's part of Google Classroom. Now, Google Classroom has changed a bit in the last sort of year or so. And now we have 3 tabs at the top. So we've got the stream, which is the normal conversation stream where we post information, comments, etc. Students are actually able to comment and things like that. People, which shows you teachers, students, etc. that are part of the class, and classwork, which is where we can actually create resources to be used in the Google Classroom that are presented via the stream. So to create a resource, we click on create, and we have the option to create assignments, quiz assignments. So that's a Google Forms quiz, which is if you want to do a more detailed quiz. Material, so that's resources that you want the students to be able to access, and questions. So I'm going to have a look at and show you the question feature. So click on that, and we have our little question prompt pops up. So you can type in a question. So for example, what is the, whoops, what is the program we use to create 3D animations? Okay, so a question depends, what you're asking, what the question is, how much detail you want in the question. You can add additional instructions in this section, and we can specify a topic if we want it to be related to a particular topic. We can create a new topic, or we can leave it with no topic. We can specify a due date, or we can do it immediately. Number of points if we want a number of points. The type of question, we only have 2 choices here. So we've got either short answer or multiple choice. And down here we can specify a number of different resources that may be related to the question. So perhaps provided for the students to consider before they answer the question. So you could link a file, you could give them access to something from Google Drive, you could give them access to a YouTube video clip, or a link to a website. And the last 2 features down here, of course, is we can turn on and off whether the students can reply to each other. So once the students have answered, they can then provide feedback, if you have this turned on, to one another. So enable a bit of discussion regarding the questions and their answers. And you can turn on and off whether the students can edit their answer once they've actually finished. So if you have both of those turned on, for example, the students might take the feedback that they've gotten from other students and then go back and change their answer. So it basically enables them to have a little bit of an online conversation with regards to that particular question. So once you've set up all of the things that you need to, the resources that you want to, for example, if you need to do that for your question, you then click ask, and it will appear in the conversation stream, so the students can actually answer it, and you can then get feedback to the students yourself, and you can actually see when they've answered the question, like you would with an assignment. And that's basically all there is to using the question feature. So you could use it if you wanted to as the starter for a lesson. For example, you could have it prepped and ready so that when the students come into the classroom, give them a brief introduction, and then, okay, if there's a question I want you to answer, there's some material so they can actually get their head around perhaps what you're going to do a little bit further into the lesson. Or you could use it sitting there ready to go as a plenary for the lesson. So to finalize the lesson in the last 5 minutes, a question that gets them to stop, think, summarize, and present their understanding of what they've learned. So yeah, hopefully that's something that's helpful.